peaches, nectarines, and pluots. Where does the fruit come from on these apples, and what do we really want to make sure we don't prune here? This is a Belle de Boskoop Apple. I always mispronounce it. It's a boutique apple. Does well in the area.
Fruiting spur. Okay, this little short, gnarly looking thing. So when you're tidying up your tree, pruning it, don't prune that off. That's where you're going to get fruit.
Pears, apples, Asian pears. This puppy is really important, and they'll stay there for years. You'll spur for 15 years or more, producing every year. And the second you go, oh, that's one of those dead things she said to cut off, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Real critical.
And I learned that the hard way. The first apple tree I ever pruned, I made it all nice and pretty and tidy, and the next year there were no flowers. So I learned that the hard way. But so on this tree, we've got a branch facing inwards, so I'm going to go ahead and prune that off.
On those spurs, they're only on the main stalk. They're not on the branches.
Because this is a young tree.
They'll be all over.
They're going to be all over. But on this tree, the only ones I can show you, they happen to be on the trunk. So I'm taking that one off because it's heading in towards the middle of the tree. Then I'm going to prune all these because this is a very upright tree. I'm going to prune them all to an outward-facing bud. And this is new growth. This is what grew this last year. So since it didn't get pruned in the summer, I'm going to shorten it to about 8 to 10 inches long. And I'm going to think about, there's not too many branches on this side, so I'm choosing a bud that's going to fill in more on that side. Particularly with this upright one, I'm going to, since there's no outward-facing bud specifically, I'm going to choose one that's going to come out and fill in this empty part of the tree more. So I'm going to prune all of these, and I can't get them all to be exactly the same height, but I wanted to take that central leader down a ways because the trees have what's called apical dominance. The highest point is going to get the most goodies. So the highest point is going to keep getting higher. So particularly when you're going to want to control the size of the tree in your backyard, you don't want that tallest point to keep getting taller. You want to shorten it every year to about the same height as the other main scaffold branches, the big branches that are going to be the structure of the tree over many years, so that nothing is getting too much of the goodies. You want everything to be more even, so everything will grow more evenly. So as much as I can, I've kind of evened this out. This will, because the main leader got cut here, probably when they grafted, or the year after they grafted. This is the new central leader. The tree is going to keep trying to make a new central leader, a tall pointy one in the middle. So every year you're going to shorten that, and it'll do a new one. It'll keep trying, but as long as you keep that down, you can keep the overall height of your tree down. And that's a good thing to think about when your tree is young, is don't let it get to be huge so you have to prune a whole lot down, 25% in a year. Keep it small from the beginning, and then you'll never have to do that huge pruning.
I have an older Bartlett pear, and it gets tons of new summer shoots come on it, in addition to the new growth.
Barbara, do you want to introduce yourself real quick? She's actually an author, a local author. Who here's had a quince before? Anybody know what a quince is? Quinces are marvelous. We sell them. Barbara, want to introduce yourself, and maybe we could even we'll grab
I
your
don't
book.
want to upstage anyone. This is wonderful. But most of those pears are on quince rootstock. They have been using quince rootstock for pears since the 1500s, and the quince rootstock does sucker. And you probably have suckers off the rootstock, and those are all little quince trees. And so everybody who wants a quince tree, they can either get one for Steve or they can take one from you.